How we doing, Red Sox Nation? Your Boston Red Sox win their 11th straight in dramatic fashion in Tampa on Sunday. Oh boy, this team is good. We're going to talk all about it this week on Red Sox Wrap 360.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What if I never get old? Everybody's asking David Ortiz that question this season. You know, he can't answer it. He can't answer it.
Well, he did answer it. 40 is the new 20, folks.
He's answering it with his performance. He's feeling good, you know. But you know, he knows he has to do all that prep work. So you know, he's feeling 40.
Yeah.
But thanks, gang. If you wonder what that song is, that is "Land Without Age" by King Washington. Check him out at kingwashingtonmusic.com. Or you can see a live performance from them at the Fire Pit Sessions, which is the first time I ran into them. Good band out of L.A. Good fellas.
Nice.
These Boston Red Sox are scorching hot. An undefeated week and, 11 straight wins. They've swept their third straight series, and today was wild.
Yeah, I mean, we have been waiting for this all season to happen where the pitching, the batting, it's all come together. Everybody's healthy. It's really nice to see it. We haven't had a 7-0 week yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is great.
Yeah, they're just adding to their longest streak of the season. It's crazy. This is another edition of Red Sox Wrap 360 alongside Ben Fay. I am Mike Conley. This is a weekly rudderless discussion on all things Red Sox. If you want to join the discussion, there's different ways you can do that. Why don't you tell the people how, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. You can hit me up on my Twitter at BennyFrickinJam, or you can hit us up on the YouTube live chat. And we have the most beautiful AfterBuzz TV host with us, Laura, manning the social media. And so she'll be able to answer all of your questions, and we'll have a discussion on anything you guys want.
Wow.
Anything. Nothing is off limits.
She's a Red Sox Wrap 360 host. Plus, we don't really use. We're fans. We're just a round table fan discussion.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
They'd never let a host dress like this.
Never.
Come on, now.
Ever.
Oh yes. So ridiculous fashion today. Petey on Ortiz's in the 10th. Hits a gap at a right field. I mean, when they're sending Petey, he's not even at the base, and the cutoff man's getting it. I'm like, he's going to be dead.
Oh, no.
And he was out by like 15 feet. He was. But then he dances around the catcher, and, and it was lucky there was a knuckleballer in there because he's got the huge knuckleballer glove.
That's right.
That he's got the ball in there, and then he tries to, once Petey dances around him a while, tags Petey on the inside leg, Paul comes out, go ahead, run.
That was a crazy play, and and they went and reviewed it too, and they still said the play stood. I had my questions when I saw the replay because it looked like on that first swipe he might have nicked his knee,
him. Right?
And then even then the third swipe he got him, and then the ball came out. So
yeah.
I don't know. It was just a crazy play, and they needed it to win the game. So I'm glad they did it. And you know what? That's going to be David Ortiz's last hit at the Trop. So. What a way to go out at the Trop for him.
Wow. And he leads in a number of categories for a visiting player at the Trop, career records.
Yeah.
He's got home runs, doubles, extra base hits, slugging. I mean, it's one of those, I think it was in Baltimore, they hung that sign hate to see you leave, but glad to see you go.
That's right.
And that's kind of been, I'm sure he's hearing a lot of that this year when people give him these parting gifts and what have you. His ceremony, though, due to what he said, was put on hold this morning. It was just, he canceled it rather because of, it's a somber day in the baseball world. It lost one of its, great young stars in Jose Fernandez in a boating accident earlier this morning in Miami.
Shocking news. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I mean, just an awful story. So, our thoughts and prayers out to all his friends and family and everybody who was involved in that.
Yeah, absolutely. A tough day for the sports world. The legend Arnold Palmer also.
Yeah, I
died
saw
today.
about that. Man, I just feel like
Young and old.
I feel like I see him out there on the golf course still spanking at 200 yards. You know,
Right.
crazy. So yeah, tough.
I mean, at least he lived a full life. You
Yeah.
know? I feel for the Jose kid.
Yeah.
Um,
But you know, the real story of today wasn't, I mean, I guess that was a big part of the day, but the real story from my perspective was the pitching. Because, man, that Red Sox pitching was red hot today. We had 11 Ks straight, which is a new record. We had 21 Ks over 9 innings over the whole pitching staff, which is a new record.
that's a team record.
Team record, my
But
mistake.
it would be a major league record, but because it went into extra innings, they don't count it as a 9-inning game.
Right.
But if it stayed at a 9-inning game,
23 over 10.
yeah.
So, yeah, pretty good still,
If Pedroia, could have done that dance one inning earlier.
Right. Right.
That was sick. Yes.
And your boy Erod, he's been looking really great. He tied his career high with 13 Ks today. So,
sure did.
man, we were just throwing so many strikeouts today. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, old boy behind the plate there, he had a pretty wide strike zone.
Well, and
Sam Holbrook.
and your boy was helping him out too. Christian Vasquez behind the plate doing his framing. So
was.
I'm sure that was helping a lot.
It was. And there's an interesting kind of competition going on there for that second slot, for the catcher slot in the playoffs, you know?
Yeah.
And, because, Sonny's got it locked up, even though he's kind of on a little bit of a skid hitting-wise. A guy who was on a skid hitting-wise for a while was one Mr. Dustin Pedroia. He had the dance, but he broke out of that in major fashion on Saturday's game. He broke an 0-for-17 slump early in the day with a single, and then had a go-ahead grand slam in the 7th. And not to mention, followed it up with a home run today to give him 15 on the season. This kid is having his best year since his MVP season back in 08.
And you know what the best part of that at-bat was? It's just like how hard he worked at that at-bat.
Right.
He had that one foul tip where I watched the replay. I couldn't even see the foul tip. Like, that's how close it was.
Yeah, it was.
And, that could have been the end of that at-bat. And he battled the whole way and got the pitch he wanted and almost just golfed it from his toes out. It was a great at-bat.
The great at-bat. I mean, the style got behind 0-2 and then just wasted away, and then he got one.
Yep.
Deposited in left field seats.
Yep.
Oh, boy, what a player that kid is.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. You know what else?
I'm from Massachusetts, so I call everybody under 50 years old a kid. I hope that's okay. What were you going to say?
I was going to say we also had Porcello pitch his 22nd win. He got his 21st and his 22nd win this week. He is on fire. He had 9 Ks, 3 runs over 6 1/3 innings yesterday. He is red hot right now. And his 21st win earlier in the week had a complete game, 89 pitches.
Sick.
The most efficient game since, I have it here somewhere, I'll find it.
That was ridiculous and very impressive, and got his team off the week off on the right, streak, right foot. Thank you. But he only went 6 1/3 in his second start of the week, and that broke his streak of going 7 or more innings with 3 earned runs or less.
Oh, yeah, that was a good streak
that
he
was
had
a streak
going.
he had
Yep.
going for 11 straight.
11 straight, yep.
And that ties him with 2 other Red Sox pitchers.
Yep.
I'm going to leave that to the people out there.
I know the answer,
Okay.
but I'm going to let the fans
We'll
see
hang
if
out
they
there,
can.
the people, they'll answer it on your Twitter,
That's right.
which is at Benny Freaking Jam.
That's right, at Benny Frickin' Jam, or you can hit us on the YouTube chat.
Add us on the YouTube chat. Laura, let us know if you guys come in with the right answer.
One of my
Or
favorites.
any answer at all, actually.
One of my favorites.
Yes.
I think a lot of our favorites.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is an easy one, folks.
Yeah.
They're connected.
It is.
They're connected,
They absolutely are.
but they were never teammates. That'll be the only hint we can give you.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Couple decades difference there.
yeah, so you think your boy Cy Porcello, did he lock it up with with 2 wins this week?
Oh, absolutely locked it up. I mean, the dude is on fire right now. There's no way that anybody's going to get the Cy Young over him at this point.
Yeah.
No.
His stiffest competition might be the reliever,
Yeah.
Zach Britton.
Yeah.
Just because he's like 45 or 46 out of 46 saves, and he's like, he's got a minuscule ERA, minuscule whip.
So does Porcello, though. As of Monday, his whip was .98, and Britton's was like .8 something. So they're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his ERA is over 3, but just slightly. Just slightly. I would love to him to get maybe one more start where he's like sick and get that sub 3.
Yeah.
Then I can lock it up. Yeah. But I mean, it's you really got to have a terrific season, as a reliever to kind of be, and he's having that. Yeah. He is having that. But and I know wins that stat is kind of diluted over the years, but still, it still kind of counts, And I know we got run support and all that stuff, but 22 wins is still impressive.
Well, it's going to be more impressive when we wrap up the AL East. So,
and the Red Sox magic number is 2. So that is awesome. Hopefully they can get that done this week.
More importantly, the last time I checked, we're tied for the Rangers right now.
Yes.
Tied with the Rangers for the AL lead.
That's
so
correct.
We might even get home field advantage throughout the playoffs here.
Which is huge. And in our program last week, we didn't even mention that because they really weren't there. But, lo and behold, 1-7-0 week later, they're right in that mix.
It's crazy.
They'll have to have a better record than the Rangers, though, because the Rangers got them right now on the tiebreaker, which I believe is intra-division record.
Okay.
So, and the Red Sox really can't improve on that because all their remaining games are intra. Intra is within the division. So, they could improve upon it. We'll see.
Even more importantly than us having a chance to win the American League straight out is the Yankees were eliminated from winning the AL East.
I love that. Mm-hmm. And, the Red Sox had a huge hand in that. And that's really all they've been doing on this streak, their hottest streak of the season. Yep. Sweep the Yanks 4 straight. Later days, Yanks. Nice season. Have fun golfing. Baltimore, take them 4 straight.
Yep.
Later days. Boom. Fall out of playoff contention right now. And then take 3 from Tampa, who's a team that kind of historically can give us a hard time. Even though they're in the cellar, they're close to a 500 team after the break, Yep. So that was impressive, doing that as well. Oh, man, I'll tell you, this team, in the bullpen, man, even today, they only gave up 1 run, and they went 4 2/3 innings. And this team, the bullpen as a team, as a whole, in September has a sub-1 ERA.
Let me give you a little bit of a stat from Thursday. Mm-hmm. As of Thursday, Taz, Koji, Ross, Kelly, Barnes, Ziegler, Scott, and Kimbrell, as of this month, had 147 appearances between them, 41 2/3 inning with a 0 ERA and 53 Ks.
That's ridiculous.
They are outstanding. And that was as of Thursday. On Friday, we saw Ziegler get the win and the save. Get the save. And actually on Sunday, like I mentioned, Erod had a good start. Hembry came in, 5 Ks and 5 batters. So,
Hembry
we're looking great. We're looking great.
The only guy that was bad was letting in his inherited runner that got charged to Bonds, I believe.
Yeah. But Kelly looked good, too.
Who did?
Kelly today.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Kelly looked great.
He was pitching some heat.
And we're going to need Kelly. This bullpen doing good in September, that's all well and good, but it's a huge bullpen right now. And that's why you see Farrell. I mean, he must have lost, 7 pounds in the past 3 weeks because the dude's going out there. He's like, all right, everybody's going to pitch a third of an inning today.
There you go.
Boom,
there you
boom,
go.
Boom, and it's like he's not going to be able to do that when, rosters shrink back to normalcy in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to say I'm trepidatious. We're on an 11-game win streak, but that's something I'm looking at to see how that all works out. Because it's great. I mean, he doesn't want to use Koji 2 days in a row. That's very smart. He doesn't want to use Kimbrell 3 days in a row. That's very smart.
Yep.
But are we going to be able to stick to those guns when we have 6 guys in the bullpen as opposed to 9?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's going to be some decisions that have to take place going into the playoffs, but at least for now, what a luxury it is that we can spread out these innings and at least get everybody ready for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the starters pitching well too.
Yep. Yeah. Pomeranz looked great on Friday, 1 run in 5 innings. We've been waiting for a start like that from him, huh?
Well, I mean, he's been pretty good. I mean, since they paired him up with the old Brian Holiday, he's been pretty good. So his last 5 or 6 turns out, I think he's maybe got one clunker in there.
Yep.
But all the others, he's looked pretty good.
Yep.
He's probably out of the mix on as far as being in the playoff rotation, simply because they want to slow it down on him. He's already at a career high in innings. He's in like the 160 in innings wise.
Yep.
You know, so they just want to kind of slow it down with him. So that's potentially a lefty out of the pen for Farrell.
Yep.
So it's looking like that third slot is coming down to Erod.
Yep.
You know, because his innings were kind of slowed down a little bit with his various ailments and starting the season late. And the resurgent Clay Buchholz.
That's right. Yeah, Clay Buchholz, he looked great on Wednesday. He had 3 hits, 1 run over 7 innings. You know, in his last 4 starts, he's 4-0 with a 3.09 ERA. So he is looking great.
Yeah.
So, you know what I think it is that he just gets in his own head sometimes. And, you know, I think at the beginning of the season, there was just so much pressure, and he was trying to do too much with his mechanics and trying to overwork certain parts. And at some point, you know, when he got back down to the minors, he started trying to simplify everything, and he started going from the stretch.
You talking about
Buchholz?
Erod? Oh,
Buchholz.
Well, Buchholz never went to the minors.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he just went to the pen.
Oh, he went to the pen.
I mean,
That's right.
Yeah, I don't think they could do that to him.
No. I was getting my guys confused there. But, you know, he started pitching from the stretch.
Well, did he get demoted? I don't think he did. Hit us up in the chat
hit
room.
us up, yeah.
Let us know about that. But continue,
maybe.
please.
So he started
Pitching good
pitching
now,
from the
that's
stretch. He's pitching from the stretch all the time now, and
Yeah.
I think it's whatever it was. Maybe he was just a little herky jerky with the full motion, but yeah, he's been looking really good, just trying to simplify that, and I think it's just cleared his head a little bit and made him focus on executing the pitches a little better.
You see that a lot now.
Yeah.
You know, you see that a lot of pitchers are doing that now. David Price kind of does that. And, you know, it seems to be working for guys because, you know, obviously this past 2 months, the pitching staff has looked really good.
Yep.
And they're going to need them to be good.
Yeah, and we also had David Price get the 17th win on Thursday. We had Erod again. He looked great on what did he go on Saturday? No, Sunday. Today he went today. He also went on Tuesday. Had 4 hits, a run over 6 1/3 inning. He looked good during that game as well. So, yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think Erod's got that 3rd spot locked up at this point. He's looking really good.
Yeah, and I think like Farrell will, you know, probably stick with Price as the 1, split up the lefties, you know, and go
Okay.
Price, Porcello.
Okay.
That's just kind of the way it is. I'm sorry. I know you want your boy Porcello in the 1 hole.
You know I do.
Yeah.
You know I do, because he is looking so good right now. So good.
Think of how good David Price is going to be in his 2nd year with the team.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not a sophomore slump. It's a sophomore launching pad, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and David Price has turned it around a little faster than Porcello did. I mean, it took until this season to really get Porcello going, but I feel like David Price has really started to turn it around earlier
He actually
on.
had a stretch.
Did he?
Stretch. Like August and September last year, he was pretty good. He won like 7 out of his last 9 starts or something. He actually turned it on. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe not get wins, but he pitched well in 7 and 9.
So Pretty Ricky looking great. As of Monday, 45.2 innings pitched over the last 6 starts with 1 walk. He is executing on his pitches, just all the pitches, complete control over his pitches right now.
Yep.
He's, I don't know. I can't say enough about Porcello. I'm going to have to cross him off. I got nothing.
to stop you from saying something.
Like, I got so much stuff to talk about.
I mean, he leads the AL in K to walk ratio, I do believe, too. So
that wouldn't surprise me.
That's impressive.
You know, I think that's the biggest thing everybody's talking about with him this year is that he came into this season and a lot of people were saying, look, this guy is, you know, he's low. He keeps it low, gets a lot of ground balls, pitches for contact. Now all of a sudden he's turned into this strikeout machine. I don't know if we expected that coming into this season.
Yeah. No, and you know, it's like it seems to be kind of a turn the whole pitching staff is making, using that high fastball a little bit more to get some more strikeouts for these guys that are free swingers, like Tampa. You know, Tampa, like, even though they're in the basement, they're like 3rd in the AL or 3rd in the majors in like homers. You know, so they're up there looking to crank one out of the ballpark, and you know, you just have to, you know, kind of take advantage of that.
One more reason why I think that Pretty Ricky should be our number one going into the playoffs is what happened on Monday when he hit Machado. He is such a fiery guy. He did not mean to hit him. At first, I thought he might have, and then I kind of started thinking about it. It made no sense that he hit him.
Right.
But I'm actually an expert at reading people's lips and not hearing what they're saying. And Pretty Ricky said, "Why would I hit you with that mofo coming up?" I'm obviously censoring a little bit. "Use your effing head." That's what he says to Machado. And Machado is not a small guy. Like, Machado, you do not want him charging the mound.
Right.
So I like the attitude, and it's not the first time that he's got into it this year with players. I love that fire. That's the kind of guy that I want, number one.
You can take the guy out of Jersey,
Yep.
as the old saying goes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. And they, to go down to Baltimore, it was both series this week, Baltimore and Tampa, it was majority of Red Sox fans down there. It was like drowning out. I mean, Baltimore was a team in the hunt. I couldn't get over how empty that park was. And it was like, the people that were there, the 20,000 or 15, 20,000 that showed up, probably 10 of them were Sox fans,
Yeah, same thing at Tampa. I think they probably had like record attendance this weekend. They had like 20,000 people. That's got to be more than they had at any point during the season.
Everybody's getting the Poppy bump.
That's right.
Everybody wants to come see him one last time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of Poppy,
yes,
he's just cutting records down left and right this week, huh?
Man.
Yeah.
What do you have, 3 bombs this week?
3 bombs. So
that puts him at 37.
Let's recap some of the records that Ortiz probably has this week.
All right.
So when he got his 35th home run, he was the oldest player to hit 35 home runs in a season. Check that one off for him. All right. What else I think you had one that you were mentioning with the 37th home run?
Well, I
know
the 36th. He passed. I think it was with the 36th. He passed Dave Kingman, who had like 30. I think he had 35 in his final season.
Okay.
So for a guy in his final season, he's got the most.
There you go.
Because Kingman had 35. I think Bonds had like 28, and things like that. But I mean, this guy is an animal right now. I mean, he's got 37 bombs, 124 RBIs.
Jeez.
And he's 2 for 2 in steals. Insane. He's leading all of baseball in OPS, slugging. Oh, don't do it, Poppy. Don't do it.
Did you see on Thursday the gift that he got from the Baltimore Orioles?
That was awesome.
That was awesome. He got the for all you guys that didn't see it. I don't know if this was an authentic or a replica phone. I've heard both sides of the story here, but he got the smashed phone that he beat with the bat. I forget when that was, but oh man, they were showing it all week. It was great.
That was only a few years ago, but I mean. It's got to be a replica. I mean, why would they keep that around? I want the Yankees to give him that shirt that was dug up that the dude buried underneath
that would
the
be
new
great.
stadium.
That would be great.
We'll see if they give it to him this week. But that guy should have never let the cat out of the bag on that either. He should have just let that be buried. And let them go on a big curse. And maybe on a deathbed, let the cat out of the bag. But he left it under there for 6 months or something. I'm like, dude, hold it together.
I wonder if he knew that they would actually go and dig it up.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, he should have taken the next one and been like, oh yeah, I buried a Pedroia one over here too.
Yeah.
And just have them digging up holes all over town.
That would have been great.
He shouldn't have told him the right place first.
That's
just
right.
Have them dig up. Because I heard that
Give
was
him a treasure
that
map.
was like a $50,000 excavation. They got the money.
Yeah.
Soak them for about 5 times that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We got any people hollering in, Laura?
We've got. It's your boy Golden Pop Tart.
Oh,
Golden nice. Yes.
He says he watches every week, loves you guys, so just wanted to give him a little shout out.
Yeah,
nice, great screen name.
Nice.
It
Love
is.
that.
It's really good.
So who else had a good week? Who is kind of doing some big things on his own, right? Is your boy Mookie Betts?
Oh, Mookie Betts. Dude.
Yep, just got his 200 hits. So that puts him in some elite class with Jacoby Ellsbury and Adrian Gonzalez for Red Sox, who got to 200 hits.
Wow. Well, we've had more than that.
What was that specific stat? I forget.
That must be in the last 10 years or something. Because, I mean, Wade Boggs had multiple 200-hit seasons.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, there's a lot of guys we've had in there.
That's true.
You know, I've gone to Teddy Ball game, obviously.
I wonder if those were the last two who have done it. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I mean, Petey's got a couple 200-hit seasons. He's like, I think he had in his MVP season, I think he had like 213 hits.
Okay.
So,
but he was also the first. He was the youngest to get to 200 hits before 24. The last person to do that
was Ted Williams.
It was Johnny Pesky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting. Yeah. That is interesting.
So, yeah, he's tearing it up, man, and he is just doing it. Not only is he getting tons of hits, but he also has, 40 doubles, 20 steals, 30 homers. Man, he's crazy. He's crazy good. It's like I've never seen somebody do so many things. I think the last guy that's had stat lines like that was Miggy Cabrera when he won the Triple Crown in 2012, I think it was, when he was, when he had like 30 homers, 100 RBIs, 200 hits.
Yeah, I mean, and Miggy doesn't have the steals. I mean,
doesn't have the steals.
If Mookie can put a fire on him, he could be a 30-30 man. If he can get like 4 steals here this week.
It's scary, and he's so
nice.
young, too. It's scary how good he could be.
He was trying to get one of those steals today. He got picked off.
That's right. After the overview, or the review, yeah.
It does. I mean, I guess you can block any other base, just not the plate, I guess, because that dude had just had his, put his knee down.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing is Mookie, I mean, I'm sure he's got a place in Boston, but he's got a place in Baltimore, too, called Camden Yachts, because he owns that place.
Yep.
He has 8 homers there, which is the most by a visiting player in a single season since that park was built. Pretty sick. Some other stats he has going down there. He's hitting .514 down there with 8 homers, 15 RBIs, and a slugging of 1162. That's not OPS, people. That's just slugging. That's 1162. His OPS, 1771.
Wow.
So they
absurd.
were psyched to see him go. I mean, granted, Poppy's not coming back, but you'll see him next year.
Well, and he's been a little quiet leading up to that Baltimore series as well. So it was nice that came about, get him a little heated up again.
Yeah, get back into Camden.
Yeah, something about Camden.
Woo, the brickwork.
I think he sees the ball better there or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the hot dogs that they serve.
Goes to Boog's barbecue before batting practice.
That's right.
Has a couple of ribs. Oh yeah. Oh man, who else was sick this week?
Well, we had Benintendi kind of coming back this week,
That was a
and
big
he
3-run
has
bomb
looked
he had.
solid. Yeah, he had a 3-run bomb. Doesn't look like he's had any ill effects from that knee injury. That was scary, and it looks like he has kind of made it through unscathed. So
Yeah. I am really psyched about that left field position now.
Yeah.
Because Chris Young's hitting too. Mm-hmm. And, Benintendi, we love what he can do.
Brock Holt's still healthy now.
Yeah. And
So-
Brock Holt's probably going to be in that third base mix. Interesting, now that we're talking about the third base mix, John Farrell said something interesting in his pregame presser before Saturday's Tampa game, I believe. Because I don't know if you looked into the dugout and saw a rather portly gentleman in the dugout for the Tampa series. A portly gentleman that's 15, 20 pounds lighter, but nonetheless.
Oh. I didn't see him in
Panda.
the dugout, but I did see him taking some at bats in the independent league.
In the independent,
In
really?
the independent league or something like that.
What?
Yeah, I saw him taking some at bats during a game. So
Pawtucket season's over. They got to send him over there, I guess.
yeah, I don't know.
But Farrell said that you could see him. If there's an injury problem at third base, you could see him in the playoffs.
That would be crazy.
Wouldn't it? I mean, because we have just, vilified that guy all season.
Hey.
But we know he doesn't hit until October.
That's right. I was just gonna say that's all we talk about at the beginning of the season. Hey, whatever. As long as he makes it, to the World Series, we'll be able to use him.
Yeah.
So-
And nobody's really been running away with that third base job.
That's right.
Travis Shaw has been kind of up and down this season. Aaron Hill just only hits, he only plays versus lefties. He's an old veteran that really needs at bats to get going.
Moncada.
And Moncada can't hit a breaking ball.
Yep.
And Brock Holt, who I like in that third base mix, because he's a guy that has yet to really have a hot streak this year, and I can kind of see him getting there. Plus he's just so much right. He never makes a base running error. He's always in the right position. He's just a solid ball player.
Yep.
and another killer bee, Brock Star. You know.
Yep.
Yep.
I just love his name. Sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Brock Holt.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And he's like a little white guy.
It's definitely, a movie star name.
Yeah.
Brock Holt.
Yes.
He's the man.
So we had some interesting things happen at the end of the games this week, and I know Laura's a big fan of this because she's a big-time dancer. And we talked about it a little bit maybe 2 weeks ago with Jackie Bradley starting to do the ski jumps. Everybody is starting to get into the mix on this. Have you noticed this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see Benattendi's dance the other night?
Ben
He did a
Attendi's?
little MJ.
The little MJ action? Yeah, I like that.
That was great.
We had today, at the end of today's game, Mookie did the Macarena.
Yeah, I saw that one.
So that was great. What else did we see? Laura, do you remember any of the other ones that we saw?
I don't remember who did it, but they did the Carlton.
That's right.
Oh,
I think it was Mookie did
Yeah,
the
it was.
Carlton. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
That
great.
is
I can't
awesome.
wait to see what they come up with.
Oh boy. Yeah, and usually on the MLB package, but they stay now.
Yeah,
they stay now,
yeah.
so you see the dance,
Yep.
and then they cut it. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier. That catcher position is kind of interesting because you think Sandy's locked in, just because even though he's only hitting 238 over his last 30 days, but he's throwing out like 39% of runners, so he's just so sound and he's a good receiver. I would like to see them maybe go with him and Vasquez, but I know Holiday probably out of those three remaining guys is probably the guy who can potentially get the bat going. He seems like a favorite of Dombrowski because he had him over in Detroit. But it's interesting to see how that shakes out. And some of the bullpen. I mean, you got Robbie Scott. He's pitched himself into a role with that bullpen.
Absolutely.
Oh man, it's gonna be edge of the playoffs. Can't get here fast enough. But
Yep.
even though the Sox are in the playoffs, they are locked up a playoff spot.
Yep.
They won't, 2 is the magic number. So we'll see. Hopefully, we can get that in 2 more games. That'd be fantastic. In the Bronx.
Oh.
Spray it around. Oh, you want it to wait till we get back to Fenway.
Yeah, I could do it in the Bronx, whatever.
Let's just get it over with.
One more thing I wanted to remind you to talk about that you
Oh.
really wanted to mention was this defense. We've had our struggles the last couple weeks with the defense, and this week I think we really turned the corner. Had some really good innings, some really good defensive plays.
Yeah, the one inning that really stuck out for me was in Saturday's game of the Tampa series. I forget what the score. It was a tight game at the time, and it was 1 out, runner on first, and dude hit like a blast down the left field line, and Young comes over and he like dives and like tries to stop its momentum with his leg. But it kind of skips and goes by him. He slows it down enough, but he springs right up and then like goes and gets it off the wall with like, it was just so seamless. And he was able to throw it in and hold the guy at third. So it wound up being second and third with 1 out. Then the very next play, the infield's at regular depth. They're just going to concede the run taken out. And a one hopper goes to Petey. And Petey sees out of the corner of his eye that the runner from third base is kind of hesitant, and he can get him at the plate. And he throws at the plate, kind of an errant throw, but Sandy, boom, gets it, puts the tag on the guy, second out, no run. And then the very next batter hits a shot to third that Brock Holt, who doesn't play third every day, sometimes in the outfield, sometimes on the bench, boom, makes a great play, throws him out at first. It was like, great play, like right after each other, and I was just like, wow, this team is locked in, like in all facets. It's just got to continue. I mean, I hope they didn't start playing good 2 weeks too early, It's like, but that's just my history as a Red Sox fan. But this is a post-04 world, so I should just let that be. They can continue this.
One play I wanted to mention, and actually this is kind of a little bit of a plug for the Rays. They had Kevin Kiermaier, Kiermaier.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing that correct? Thank you for that.
You're gonna talk that bomb of a throw.
Oh my God, it was crazy. So they like broke down this play on the Amazon stats. I forget what the name of the things that they do. 344-foot throw. He launched that at 100 miles per hour. He was like barely off the warning track when he fired it, and he threw a strike.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was anybody besides Mookie running on that, the guy was out.
Yeah.
I think Mookie's the only one who could have on the Red Sox who could have scored on that play.
Wow.
Just amazing. That was off of Brock Holt hit.
Mookie, and he kind of was commenting in the dugout because he's like coming in and he's like, "Really? I have to slide?" And then he slides and gets up and he's like, "Wow, the ball's here." He's like, "Man,
Yeah.
there's a ball." And like went in the dugout. He's like, "Who threw that?"
Yeah.
But I think Kiermaier was a little bit. I got to show this guy. I got to get him back because last time they were in Tampa, he hosed him. Remember? Of trying to go first to third on that single.
Yep.
Ooh, and that was like the Red Sox best throw of the year. I mean, Mookie is just. I mean, he's got to win the Gold Glove in right field.
Has to.
Has to.
The other defensive series that I wanted to talk about was on Tuesday's game. We actually scored all 5 of our runs, unearned runs. It was on that Chris Davis error.
Right.
Yeah.
That Chris Davis out because then
was a big one.
Benintendi went deep, right?
And then Benintendi went deep for the three-run home run right after that. So 5 unearned runs for us on that game.
Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a clutch by Benintendi because that was a real hard-fought game. That was very tight. And then Davis luckily left the door open, and we just blasted through with Andrew Benintendi.
That's right.
And his major league flow. Yes, indeed.
So first team to sweep 2 straight 4-game series since 1968.
Woof.
In September, the Red Sox, this is as of Thursday, lead the AL with a 2.80 ERA. The only better team in the major leagues. You want to take a stab at this, Mike? You might know this.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
As of Thursday, the Red Sox are leading the AL with a 2.80 ERA. Leading the AL.
In the second half? Or
in September.
Oh, in September. Gotcha.
Only better team in September. The NL team, obviously. I figured you might know this.
Dodgers?
That's the Dodgers.
Oh.
Yeah. We do a Dodgers Wrap 360. That's why I asked you.
I am an imposter on that show. I put on my Los Angeles accent, and that'll be coming up here in about 15 minutes if you want to tune in, gang. It's
There
pretty
you go.
funny.
There you go.
I hold it for about the first 2 minutes of the show, and then it's done. And I talk like this. This is my default mode. Sorry.
You got to start pronouncing your R's.
Ers, yes, Dodgers.
There you go.
Dodger baseball. Hello. I could, when that final play happened today, well, not the final play because it was the top of the inning, but Pedroia, like, I'd say dancing around, but that's just because Remy got that in my head. He wouldn't let it go. He said, like, Dancing with the Stars, like, 3 or 4 times. He even dropped the Tom Bergeron in there at one point. I was like, easy, all right, Jerry? Now that you wear makeup, don't go all Hollywood on us.
Oh, God.
It's crazy. Did you see that? He's wearing makeup now.
Is he?
He
man.
confessed to it today. He said he won't do it in the Bronx because they got a guy in the booth that's a cameraman that will just take him down a few pegs. Oh, man. It's pretty good.
So I know we're probably getting close here. Did you want to give the fans the answer to
Not
the
yet.
question?
Did anybody come back with it?
Did anybody? No?
All right, let's give him another 3 minutes.
Okay.
Let's look ahead to this week. So we got tomorrow an off day. Tomorrow's an off day, and then 3 at the Bronx with the Yanks, right? And 3 back at Fenway.
Yep. With the Blue Jays.
With Jays.
Yep.
And
that'll be it.
Let me see.
That will just about wrap up the regular season.
So on the bump, we got Price will be going tomorrow. That'll be nice.
You mean Tuesday?
Excuse me, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, Price. Then Buchholz will get another shot to audition. Then Pomerantz will get one more start. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Then we might say, hopefully by that time, maybe the Blue Jays are seeing, the Henry Owens of the world. That would be nice.
How are we looking overall in the standings wise here? I'm trying to bring it up. I got it
right
a loading screen. And we talked about a little bit before that the Red Sox are tied with the Rangers for the AL lead.
Right, and they're a game ahead or a game and a half ahead of Cleveland. So it's really kind of nip and tuck right now.
Okay.
So it may be a situation where we don't see the Henry Owens of the world. We might be playing for that because that's a good thing to get. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
I mean,
Especially seeing how well like our Red Sox offense does in Fenway. Like
right.
locked in at Fenway.
But I mean, it's like they also play pretty good on the road because remember, like in the first half, we were kind of like dreading that second half with all those huge road trips, you know,
true.
and they're just throwing up 7-2 trips, 6-3 trips. You know, it's like wow. So they're definitely a battle-tested team on the road as well. Did somebody chime in?
Star Drew wants to know the question again, so he can answer
Oh.
it. He's watching.
Nice. Well, do you want to take this question? He's got about 30 seconds once I asked it.
Yeah, so Pretty Ricky had 11 straight starts of 7 innings pitched, 3 runs or less. There were 2 other people who have done that on the Red Sox. Who were those 2 pitchers?
Yeah, he was unable to break it because he only went 6 1/3 in his second start of the week. But yeah, there's 2 pitches, and although they've never been teammates, there is a connection between the 2 of them.
And there is. There is.
Did you want to get anything else? We'll give them like a minute to get back to us. If you can answer.
Yeah. I know you hate these kind of stats, but we're really close to the playoffs right now. Okay. So, as of today or yesterday, 538.com has the Cubs at 21% to win the World Series and the Red Sox at 22% to win the World Series. So,
Wow.
according to the stats, the Red Sox are now the favorites to win the World Series this year.
You're right. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I know you didn't
'Cause
want to
they
hear
are
that.
not.
I know.
The Cubs still the favorite. The Dodgers next. Rangers are playing good ball. They're next. Putting the Sox in 4th. So they can just stay right there.
Yep.
No expectations. Bury them. Bury them. But like I say, hopefully they have a better record than the Rangers this week, and we can get that.
Yes.
Home field.
I'm also wearing my Patriots jersey today,
I see
Tom
that.
Brady. You might think it's kind of like a little out of sorts. I mean, it's probably not the right week to wear it yet. I probably should have waited 2 more weeks, but
I was going to wear my Jacoby Brissett jersey.
oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
There you go.
And I mean, we could have Laura wear Garoppolo.
Yeah.
You know, maybe someone else can come in and TJ Yates because it really doesn't matter who's under center.
Yeah. Could
Crazy.
be Julian Edelman. Could
Yeah.
be that other tight end that we got, Clay Harbor or whatever his name
Right.
is. So it doesn't really
AJ
matter.
Derby.
AJ Derby. That's right.
I think Star Drew has the answers.
All right.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Let's see. He's saying Pedro Martinez
Of
Yep.
course.
and Roger Clemens.
That's a good guess.
Good try.
It's a
good
good
try.
guess. It's not. But Pedro Martinez won many awards.
My favorite pitcher,
Cy Young.
my Cy Young. He's the
That's
second
it.
one.
Second one was Cy
That's how they
Young.
were linked because, Pedro's won the Cy Young.
Yes. I can't. What's he have? Did he have 2 with the Sox and 1 with Montreal?
I just remember in 2000 how ridiculous he was.
And 99 too.
God.
Oof. I'll tell you.
Yep.
Ridiculous. You got
So the reason why I was going with the Patriots talk was
yeah.
I found out somebody put on Twitter, and apologies, I can't recall who it was, that Fenway was home to 5 NFL teams over its lifetime.
wow.
The Bulldogs, the Redskins, the Shamrocks, the Yanks, and the Patriots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boston Breakers never played there, huh?
Yeah.
I think they played their games at Nickerson Field.
Some old AFL teams, the Bulldogs, the Redskins, the Shamrocks. The
Interesting.
Yanks were an NFL team. I don't even know who the heck they were, who they turned into.
Yeah.
What's up? We got one more?
We got one more super important message from Betsy freaking Jam,
What?
Betsy.
All right.
wanting to wish Benny freaking Jam a very happy birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday,
Look at
guys. Hit
that.
him up at Benny Frickin' Jam if you want to wish him a happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, Betsy.
I love that.
Thanks, Mom.
We got to sign off. That's no better way than get out of here.
Oh, and speaking of which, happy birthday to Kevin Millar, 45.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Mala. Way to
There
go,
you go.
15.
There you go.
All right, gang. I think we're going to sign off. Laura and Ben, Faye. I am Mike Conley. This has been another edition of Red Sox Rap 360. Thanks for tuning in with us, gang. Go Sox. Rest in peace, Jose. Rest in peace, Arnold. Rest in peace, Heather.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.